Guys, we're sitting here watching Rafa do it yet again, create more history at the French Open, as he hasn't already done enough, right? So going for number 14, 14 French Open titles. I'm going to sit here and watch it all the way to the end. Right now, Rafa is up 2-0 against Casper Ruud. Casper Ruud not even playing that bad at tennis, guys. Casper Ruud not even playing that bad at tennis. But Rafa, a dominating performance right now. He's up 6-3, 6-3, 2-0. And you can just feel it. Casper Ruud desperately holding on to whatever kind of hope he can, fighting hard. But all the momentum right now as Rafa hits another inside out winner is on his side. There's nothing going to stop him now. You would think so. He's up 6-3, 6-3, 2-0, 40-30, going for a 3-0 lead here in the third set, which will put him just 3 games away, guys, from going, listen to this, 112-3 at the French Open. You have to say it. I know some people don't like to talk about it. This is history in the making. This puts him another step above Djokovic and Federer, puts him at 22. And plus, just the fact, some people like make it a negative that, well, he's got so many of his majors at the French. You know, if it wasn't for the clay, he wouldn't have all these majors. But I look at it the opposite. One guy just being so much better than everybody else on the surface. No one's ever dominated any surface like this, even close, in all the history of tennis. No one's ever done it before. We've been playing on grass, we've been playing on hard, and we've been playing on clay for quite a while. No one has mastered one surface so much more above everybody else. So this is incredible. We got Bashkar on. Guys, come on in. Say hello. Bashkar is saying, hello, good morning. How are you? I am great, Bashkar. We're going to see you in a couple months at the Western Southern Open, Cincinnati, where we're going to play the U.S. Open. So Djokovic got a lot of pressure coming up. He has to win Wimbledon, and he has to win the U.S. Open. This is turning into a little bit of a runaway train here for Rafa. Everybody thought, end of last year, come on, who thought Rafa this time, if you were watching Rafa lose to Novak last year and going out with his foot injury and skipping Wimbledon, trying to come back for that one tournament. Remember, he came back for one tournament in Washington, D.C., and he had a great match against Jack Sock, and then he had to take the rest of the year off. Do you guys remember that? It's amazing how fast the game changes. Now he is in just domination mode, going for his 14th French Open title. Amazing. Amazing. Where's Mr. B2? Mr. B2 is at PetSmart playing with his buddies. Omar, he broke Ruud's serve, broke his spirit. That's right. That's one of my courses. Break your serve, break your spirit. I think Ruud has a chance today. I think now you're joking. Now you're joking. Ha, ha, ha. Maybe you thought Ruud had a chance today. Obviously, no chance. He plays a lot like Rafa, but he is not Rafa. I guess that's the best way to describe it. You know, Rafa, which is kind of cool, Ruud's idol, and Ruud getting to make it to the finals. You got to give him a lot of credit and getting to play his idol. So well done to Casper Ruud. He had to beat a lot of great players to get to the final. And he built his game very much in the style of Rafa. But what we can see is that copying a player is not the same as being that player. Not to take anything away from Ruud. I mean, he's in the finals for a reason. Just like you can't take anything away from Grigor Dimitrov. For years, they called him Baby Fed because he looked just like Federer playing, modeled his game after Federer, obviously. But it's not the same thing. Still a great player, not Roger Federer. And that's what we're seeing right now. 30 love now, Rafa. It seems that it's so weird. It's like once you get behind the match, even if you play good points, once the momentum switches, you can't even win points when you're playing well. Ruud, the last point he played there, he didn't play a bad point. Now he just cannot even win a point, guys. So he's down love 30, serving to Rafa. Hopefully I'm watching this live with everybody. Do you guys have the same score? I'm watching the Peacock, and it is now love 30, Casper Ruud serving what I'm watching, down 3-0. Again, hits another decent forehand, Rafa cross-court winner. So just amazing. Ruud is just being played. Absolutely is. And the crazy thing is, I don't think he's playing bad. Let's sing Matt's Casper Ruud Boy song. Casper Ruud Boy. Yes, if you watched Matt's last broadcast, Coffee Break Tennis, make sure you go watch it. If you love the Casper Ruud Boy song, he did play that in his last broadcast. He also said that I am Casper Ruud's father. There are some similarities. I guess I do look like his dad, which I'll take. I think the guy's a good-looking guy. Oh, Casper Ruud, this is an easy backhand volley. Goat party, yeah. Okay, so you're right. We're in a goat party right now. Let me know what you guys think. Are you happy to see Rafa be the GOAT? I mean, is there any denying right now? If you stop the tennis world today, okay, you can only go off of what's going to happen today. Now it's going to happen tomorrow. That's what these guys are showing us. I mean, you can't count Novak out of being able to come back and win 2, 3, 4 more. Maybe he can do it, because who thought Rafa was going to be able to do this year? So I'm not at all counting Novak out, but you can only go to what they hit, where we are in history right now. And in the history of tennis today, Rafa Nadal is the GOAT, and he is cementing his GOAT status. I don't think it's a three-way tie for GOAT anymore. A lot of people say, oh, it's a three-way tie. It is not a three-way tie. Rafa is stretching the lead. He's about to have 22. Novak has 20. Roger has 20. Roger's now 41. He's out of the picture. He's probably not going to win anymore. You know, could this be Rafa's last French Open? He said that he's basically doing lots of special things to his foot to help him play and get through this. So, you know, maybe this is Rafa's swan song. What a beautiful song it is if this is Rafa's swan song, as he is just a runaway train at this point. Since I've started the broadcast, I don't think he's lost a point. He's up now 6-3, 6-3, 4-0, 30 love. It is an absolute beatdown. He's in beatdown city right now against Casper Ruud. Dimitrov is best player in practice, rumors say. No pro can beat him in practice. Yeah, there's a big difference. We know that. I'm 1 point ahead, says JJ. Just quit, Ruud. Quit it. Well, that's the thing, you know, that Rafa has pride in, where he says, you know, I played the last point. And I think Ruud's going to try and play the last point. That's what's so crazy about this. Since it's been 6-3, 6-3, 4-0, I don't think I've seen Casper Ruud really hit a terrible shot. That's what's kind of weird. He's not hitting a bad shot. I don't think he's tanking. I think he's trying to play every point as best he can, and he's just getting demolished. Okay, serve in by Rafa. Rafa goes to his big buggy whip forehand cross court. That's what's been big all day, that big bullying forehand to the backhand. He actually misses a backhand in the net. So Casper Ruud gets a point there. Rafa is halfway to a Grand Slam. That's right. That's another thing to talk about as we watch Rafa finish up and make quick work of Casper Ruud. Will we see Rafa at Wimbledon? He's full of surprises this year. I think it's a 50-50 bet. A lot of people say there's no way he's going to go to Wimbledon because of the foot, but you're 2 away now, Rafa, from conceivably winning a Grand Slam, and it could happen. If the foot holds up, he does have 2 Wimbledon titles. What an out wide serve. That's an out lefty serve if I've ever seen one. Holy cow, with the serve and volley. McEnroe said over and over again on the broadcast that Rafael Nadal's volleying skills get better every year and that he's a fantastic volleyer. And he just did that to get himself to 40-15 to go up 5-0. The coronation has begun. The fat lady is back there singing, okay? For all you new millennials, that's just a saying, okay? It's probably a bad saying. Probably can't say it anymore. Rafa has a chance at the U.S. Open. Absolutely. He's great at the U.S. Open. Is Rafa cheating? We're not even going to get into that. That is not going to be talked about right now on this. We're just going to celebrate Rafa. I don't think he's cheating. I'll just put my 2 cents in there. That's my thought. I just think he's just so tough. That's all I think. Rafa train coming to a stop by next year. That's true. I mean, how long can he keep going with his foot the way he says that the foot is hurting? It's 5-0. It's 5-0. McEnroe is saying Ruud has a weak backhand, that he should not be returning so deep in the court. Yeah. That's a trend that pretty much everybody has adopted. I think you got to give Rafa credit for kind of changing the game in that sense, to where now most top 20 male players stand way back by the fence to return, just because Rafa has proven over and over again that it can be so effective. And so I think more than his backhand return being weak, I just think he's used to it, and it plays right into Rafa's hands, because now Rafa has all kinds of time to set up, to move around, to hit a forehand, and just start bludgeoning the backhand. And I guess Casper Ruud's backhand isn't strong, but I don't think it looks weak. It looks good to me. But again, that's a matchup that Rafa has used his entire life, just picking on people's backhand and just bullying it till he gets a short ball and hits a winner away, or until they just panic and hit an unforced error. And that's pretty much the match, if you want to sum it up. The match, if you haven't been watching, is Rafael Nadal hitting major, heavy, big forehands to the Casper Ruud backhand corner, and then just playing the point from there. He's hitting inside-out winners. He's hitting behind Casper Ruud. Lots of times when Casper's anticipating the inside-out winner, then he'll go behind him. I mean, he's just having his pick of the litter, guys. Then he'll approach the net and come and put away a volley. And then, of course, Casper Ruud often will make an unforced error. I don't know if you can really call it unforced error. He just kind of feels the pressure of what's happening, and the noose is being tied around his neck, and he's got to do something. So now he's down serving 5-0, and he just missed his first forehand. He went a little bit of a frustration, but at this point, I don't think you can blame Casper Ruud. I think he tried all 3 sets, if you can believe it. I don't think he tanked at all. But now it's 6-3, 6-3, 5-0. I do believe mentally he is looking for the exit door. So even just winning this game would be a small victory, and probably kind of surprising. I think he's had enough. And Rafa is not taking his foot off the gas at all with a down the line backhand winner. It's love 30. It's just an absolute clinic. An absolute clinic is being put on. Novak has a high chance of taking Wimbledon and the U.S. Open. That is true. That is true. So, it looks like Rafa advantage for the GOAT, Rafael Nadal. He's in the lead. He is the GOAT. But Novak is so great at both tournaments. He is so great at Wimbledon, and he is so great at the U.S. Open. Rafa also great at the U.S. Open. Both those guys, if you look at the last 10 years, have done very well at the U.S. Open. So I think that might be the final showdown, which would be really, really fun to watch. Okay, here it is. Love 30, second serve. Ruud serving the ball in. Rafa returns it. Ruud with a drop shot. Rafa's on it with those, with a bad foot. He's on it like a cat, and he hits it behind the backhand overhead, and he misses a cross-court winner, which would have been a sweet way to get to triple match point. Casper Ruud wins that point. But like so many commentators keep saying over and over again, what do you got to do? What do you got to do to win a point against this guy? That is pretty much the way it is when you play Rafa. You got to do like 6 great shots to win 1 point. And who can do that over 3 sets? Well, when your record is 112, about to be in 3, not many people, only 2 people, even though he's lost 3 matches at the French Open, he's only lost to 2 people. Do you know who those people are? The first one's kind of easy. The second one, some people might not know. What 2 people has Rafa lost to at the French? You got to give those 2 people a lot of credit, because they pretty much have done the unthinkable. Backhand winner, cross court. It's match point. Rafa's sister is happy. She's got a smile. Who is better at fitness? I mean, I think long-term, Novak's body is in better shape because he's so flexible. He stretches. He doesn't have the pain that Rafa plays with. But, I mean, when it comes to over a 5-set match, who's going to be more fit, who's going to be more mentally tough, it really just comes down to the day and the surface. Okay, here it is. Match point. Oh, Rafa, for the first time, showing a bit of nerves, had an easy second serve and then basically shanked one way wide. Okay, it's Soderling. That's right. And we know who the second one is, right, guys? So we need to say it. We know it's Djokovic. All right, let's settle in. Match point 40-30. Nadal has one match point to pull off a bagel set. That's right. Soderling and Novak. Rafa holding up the wait a second. Hold on. Here it comes. All right. Building the silence, the drama. Rafa, big, heavy buggy whip forehand. Big backhand cross court. He's got Casper on the run. Backhand down the line. And he's done it, folks. He's done it. He holds his hands. He looks like he might cry. Maybe not. I don't know. Casper comes up. They give each other a hug. Pretty awesome stuff. That's it right there. That is it. Number 14. 14. Incredible. Incredible. Rafa has done it again, 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 and again. Oh my gosh. We just saw it together. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Got a little bit of goosebumps going. Rafa's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He's certainly the king of clay. He's everything. You just can't say enough superlatives about him. And Casper Ruud got a lesson. Casper Ruud got a lesson. And again, at age 36, it's always one of these big three, whether it's Novak, whether it's Rafa. You know, don't forget Roger. We think Roger's so far removed from the game. 2020, he almost won Wimbledon against Novak. So, you know, the big three just continue to show when they face the younger competition how far away they are, that it's really not even close still. They're not closing the gap. They're not closing the gap. We keep thinking they're closing the gap, and they just not. They're just not. It's not even close. It's like Mike Tyson. When you watch Novak and Rafa, you know, these last 5 or 6 years, and they get to a final and they ever play somebody who's not one of the other GOATs, it's just like Tyson in his prime going in and just making mincemeat of the competition. And they're just really, is no one close. He is like the Energizer Bunny at Roland Garros. He just keeps going. Yeah, just incredible. I think I saw Pau Gasol there in the stands in Rafa's box. Pretty cool. Yeah, his box is now celebrating. So what do we think? Are we happy with this? Are we happy to see Rafael Nadal continue to win? Are we tired of the GOATs dominating? Are we ready for the young guns to step up? We've been waiting for years and years and years. It keeps seeming like it's going to happen. They show a lot of promise. Then they get to the finals, and I don't think you can even take anything away from them. It's just like these guys are just so much better. And you keep waiting for Father Time to take over and relinquish and ease up. But there is no easing up. If anything, Rafa has become even more a master of his craft on clay. If he's lost a step footwork-wise, whatever he's lost physically, mentally, confidence-wise, strategy-wise, experience-wise, it's just way too much for these guys to even know what to do. It's just way too much. Tennis with Reynolds and Ved. Great job, Rafa. Okay, so we've got some of our young guns from Windy Hill Athletic Club on, and they're saying, great job, Rafa. Omar is saying, congrats, Rafa. Everyone's thinking Alcaraz or Djokovic, and people just don't understand. It's different in the slams. It's different, Carlos. We thought you were about to take over. I for one, thought Carlos might be the favorite this year at the French Open. I apologize, Rafa. But you know what? Rafa kind of created that whole thing. So I don't apologize too much. Rafa came in to the French Open saying, I don't even know how long I can go. I don't even know if I can play the entire tournament. I'm taking it one match at a time. The foot is always there. These are all the things he's saying, not things anybody's making up. And then Carlos Alcaraz really was playing the best tennis in the world on clay going into the French Open. He plays a lot like Rafa. Rafa's been an influence on him his whole life. It just seemed like a natural changing of the guard. Maybe this year might happen. Alcaraz, his first 3 or 4 rounds, absolutely. Well, he had one tough match like in the second round, but then after that, he was destroying people. So I don't think it was unreasonable for anybody to say, maybe this is Alcaraz's year. Maybe Rafa's finally Father Time's caught up with him. This is what he's telling us. And nope. We've been bamboozled again. Carlos Alcaraz not ready yet. I do believe at some point he will win majors, a lot of majors. I don't think he's hype at all. I think he's the real deal. But when it comes to putting up the victories at the Grand Slams, no one's been better than Rafa. As a fellow lefty, it's our obligation to unconditionally support Nadal until he retires. Yes, I'm a lefty too. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd love to see Roger win another one, really. I hope Roger comes back. He's a lot of fun off the court like Naomi. Yes, I hope Roger comes back for sure. Is this the first time Nadal won the French Open without winning a lead-up clay event? That's a great question. Did Rafa not win Rome? Who won Rome? I thought Rafa won Rome this year. Okay. Peter/Casper, I am your father. Yes. Greetings from Germany. You must have watched the Matt Bradshaw broadcast. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I do look like Casper Ruud's father? That's what Matt from Coffee Break Tennis thinks. I will take that. I've been compared to much worse. So I actually will welcome that comparison. So I like it. Now they're just getting ready for the trophy ceremony. The ball kids are coming out. Ball kids obviously do a great job. How many of those ball kids someday, maybe one, you never know, might be there on that clay court one day playing. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Yes, it was pretty good. Matt Bradshaw is a genius. He is a tennis commentating genius, unlike Mary Carrillo, by the way. I'm sorry if there's any Mary Carrillo fans out there, but she almost ruined the entire watching experience for me, watching the Peacock. That's what we watch here in the United States. If you want to watch the French Open final and you want to watch it online, you got to subscribe and pay $5 to the Peacock. And McEnroe and Mary Carrillo are the main commentators. And Mary likes to think that she's so funny with her little comments. And let me tell you something. Mary's never made me laugh once in over 25, 30 years, maybe I've been watching her. She's the worst. Okay. I agree with Matt. You agree with Matt. I look like Casper Ruud father. Djokovic beat Tsitsipas in Rome. That's right, the Joker. I knew it was one of the GOATs showed up. So I think that is absolutely right. I think this is the first year Rafa did not win a clay court warm-up tournament. Very, very good stat. Very good stat. Because besides winning 14 French Opens, he's also had something, ridiculous at all those Barcelona, Madrid, Rome. He's ridiculous there too. So I know that he has, like 10, 11, 12, 13 of those each as well. So just ridiculous on clay, pretty much perfection. Is he the best on clay? Is his clay court domination the most impressive feat in all of sports. Can anybody tell me anything? When I start to think about what are the most dominating, most impressive feats in sport, I think of Nadal at the French. And, then you think about Lance Armstrong, who really ended up in, infamy there. It didn't really end well for him, but for a while, he was the Tour de France. I can't think of anything else really. Michael Jordan, but Michael Jordan has 6, not 14. Anyway, just amazing stuff. Just amazing stuff. Let's get more of your comments. Sir Gordon Tanner over in Oxford. Will Rafa come to you? What do you think? Will Rafa come to you, Gordon? But yes, Sir Gordon says, bravo, Rafa. Is your favorite player Rafa? The thing that's a great question. For a long time, my favorite player was Roger Federer, still is Roger Federer. But even though I don't think it's a 3-way tie for GOAT, I think that Rafa is the GOAT. I think it's a 3-way tie for my favorites. I just love the big three, what they have done, what they've meant to sport. No matter who ends up being the GOAT, they will all three be tied together forever. You're not going to, when you say records are meant to be broken, they are. But I mean, my gosh, I don't think we're ever going to see this again in tennis or in all of sport, where you've got 3 players at 20 Grand Slams playing at the same time. I mean, so amazing. We're talking about the French Open. Now you're doing the squash rackets. Come on, give real tennis a break. I think Rafa's dominance at Roland Garros is best of all. I think so. Someone's watching this late. Yes, Rafa has lost to Soderling and Djokovic and nobody else at the French. 112-3. Casper Ruud right now coming up. Well-deserved. Rafa's clapping for him. Casper Ruud coming up right now to get his runner-up trophy. The kiss of death will be if Rafa goes up there like he's done to so many young guns. The kiss of death, by the way, what is the kiss of death when you win a Grand Slam, when you lose a Grand Slam final? It's the concession speech by the GOATs. Roger's done it a bunch of times. Rafa's done it a bunch of times. Novak's done it a bunch of times. What they say to the runner-up, young buck, who just got their butt handed to them, they always say, very congratulations to you. I'm sure you'll be back and you'll win many, many Grand Slams. So congratulations. No, you're not. No, you're not. As long as these guys are alive and on the court, you're not winning Grand Slams. That's been proven now for like 20 years. As long as they're playing, you are not winning Grand Slams. You're just not. Unless they have to come onto the court. I'll start giving these guys a chance when the GOATs have to come on the court on crutches. That's like it. I mean, it's amazing. So, yeah, I'm going to go back and watch this concession speech later because it looks like Casper is saying some pretty cool things. I can't turn the volume on for you guys because YouTube will take it down. So I would love to play it for you guys, but I can't. But Casper Ruud up there with a smile, and hopefully he will be back. Hopefully he will be back. Let's see here. So that's about it. I just wanted to come on, experience this with you. Rafa, looking at Casper like he's his son. He looks very proud of Casper. It's much easier to watch a speech when you win. I can tell you that. But Rafa taking in the moment, Casper also taking in the moment, taking a lot of time to soak in the moment, thank people, congratulate Rafa, congratulate the fans, congratulate his team, all the great stuff you always see. So just really cool to see. And that is it, guys. That is it for me. Like this video up, subscribe. We'll see you guys on more live streams. Rafa, you're the GOAT for now, buddy, and maybe forever.